So 2020 has been a cursed year for the most part, I'm sure you'd agree, but something that deserves to be celebrated is the quality of indie roguelikes and roguelites that have been released so far. Let's take a look at some of these excellent games, and remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more high quality game recommendations and daily video game content. Hades is a roguelike dungeon crawler, developed by Supergiant Games. These guys have an outstanding pedigree with previous games including Bastion, Transistor and Pyre. Everything about this game oozes quality, from the fully voiced characters to the charming art design style. The combat can be fast and punishing, but it never feels unfair. One Step from Eden combines many different game genres effectively, including deck building, real-time strategy and bullet hell. You use spell cards to attack, which rotate through your hand, as well as a permanent attack button. You select different cards and paths to take, which are procedurally generated for each new run. The fast action gameplay sees you having to dodge enemy attacks and find the right time to complete your own attacks. It also supports local co-op, allowing you to play with one other person. Monster Train is a deck building card battler, where you draft units to defend your train and the pyre against waves of attacks. There are currently 5 different clans, and on each run you select 2 of these, one as a main and one as an ally. The variety in the gameplay comes from the large selection of cards available and the increase in challenge using the Covenant system. It should go without saying, if you love Slay the Spire, you'll love this game too. Why not subscribe and catch my attempts at the daily challenges on our channel. Roundguard is probably the most unique game on this list. It uses gameplay similar to 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗀, combined with common roguelite features such as different characters, different armour, different abilities, and different paths. Each run has a procedurally generated path. It is then up to you to decide if you want to go for the weapon upgrade or learn a new skill. Each character has their own ability. The warrior has a spin attack, the rogue can slow down time, and the wizard can deal shock damage. If you are a 𝗃𝗄𝗃𝗀𝗀, you can also master the art of the accurate landing, preventing more damage being taken. Neon Abyss is a frantic roguelite action platformer. Each new run feels different to the last due to the large amount of items and weapons available. Each item you pick up can dramatically alter your run, as the rule set will change each time. You progress through each room on the level, either vanquishing enemies, mastering minigames, or upgrading your weapons and stats. At the end of each level is a boss. If you manage to defeat them, you collect a currency that can be spent on your next playthrough. This is used to unlock new items or new characters. This game is a very cool look and style, and if you like what you see, why not subscribe to the channel and watch my current playthrough. Griffin Lands combines deck building with a fun interactive story. You gather cards for 2 different decks along the way. These are used to fight enemies in a standard battle, or to use the art of negotiation to talk your way out of trouble. There are currently 2 playable characters who can be used in their own campaigns. Along the way, you might join forces with a mercenary, or even gain a pet. Both of these can support you in either route you embark on. Stoneshard is a difficult, turn-based, roguelike role-playing game. You will die a lot in this game. I died a lot in this game. Every encounter requires you to plan it out first, as taking on groups of enemies or rushing in without knowing how many there are will spell out your downfall. You will explore dungeons and forest areas, collecting loot to upgrade your character, or to sell to merchants for gold. This game has too many detailed mechanics to list in this part of the video, but one in particular was how strong and immersive the status effects are. Stoneshard feels very polished for an early access game with a very cool pixelated art style. Gunfire Reborn is a first-person shooter with roguelite and RPG elements. The campaign for the game can be played in single-player or online co-op. You will explore levels with randomly generated loot found in chests in the dungeons. The scrolls you pick up along the way can also be used to increase your stats, and there are talent trees that can be used at the end of each level. I'm sure you've noticed looking at this game that it has a very strong Borderlands vibe. The look and the gunplay are very similar, and even the bosses will explode into loot fountains at the end. The final game on this list is Meteorfall Crewmates Tale. This is the second game in the Meteorfall franchise, and it continues to use this fun, cartoony art style. This game has just come out of early access and it's a deck building roguelite. You go through tile-based dungeons using your deck of cards to clear the room. The tiles available show the different enemies and their health, as well as the different item cards from your deck. You have free reign to attack the dungeon in your own way. Your own cards can be added to your character or exchanged for gold and health. The full release of the game includes multiple playable characters and a daily challenge mode. And that's the list. If you feel I have missed any other noteworthy entries out, please share them in the comments below. And as always, your support is very much appreciated, and don't forget to hit subscribe for daily video game videos.